What was the most important lesson you've learned and you want to share with our audience today concerning the whole process of building out your facilities and preparing for the ACC Network launch?
Wow. So I think from our end, and if there's one thing I can impart to just hammer home with administrations, that the equipment and the facilities are one thing, but they're only as good as the people you have to actually do the productions, keep the stuff running day in and day out. So it has to be said over and over and over again to administrations that, you know, when this sort of thing is happening, you have to staff it appropriately, and otherwise you're going to burn people out. The production quality is not going to be as good as you want it to be. So just that the personal, the human capital has to go hand in hand with all of the equipment and facilities that are being built. Otherwise, it's, you know, you can throw as much money at the facility as you want, but you're not going to get the results that you're looking for.
Jeremy?
Ditto. We have 2 positions open right now. You can log on to louisville.edu/jobs. Got it in. That, and the biggest thing now is you've always had the problem before is we can't do that because of equipment limitations. Now that's not an answer. Can you do that? Yes. Now is, should we do that? You know, you don't have to do everything and pick and choose. You know, that's the thing is we were all excited. We all want to do well above those minimum requirements set by ESPN, and then now we're like, wait a minute, do we really need to do everything as a digital or as a, you know, we were producing our digital shows like they were linear, or what we thought were linear. But that was the biggest thing is now that you have that and equipment's not your limitation, is be very selective on that schedule because burnout does get you. 413 events in 10 months, not 1 year, 10 months, that's a lot.
Kelly?
For us, it was communication, kind of like what Eric was saying earlier. During this ACC Network build-out, we had a daily phone call with every single member of our full-time staff and our systems integrator, and almost daily construction meetings. And the people who are your ACC Network producers or your expression ops, if they're full-time for you, you may not think initially that you need to have them in on that level of like minutia with your build-out. But for us, it really worked because everyone was on the same page every step of the way. And it's actually something that we've carried into designing our workflow now that we're in the spaces. You can't get bogged down by having necessarily a daily meeting for an hour with everybody. Not everyone has time for that in their day. But making sure that people don't end up in silos has been really important to us. And trying to keep everyone on the same page is something that we learned during the network build so that we can pick up for each other. Especially when a new project lands on your head at the 9th hour or the 11th hour. It's best if you can have people who can pick up for you because they already know what's going on in your department.
For us, it's really important to find someone to sell the investment to those in your administration. We're incredibly fortunate at Virginia Tech to have a senior level administrator who grew up on TV trucks and in the TV business, and she has been our biggest advocate, and she helps explain to the people in higher positions that make the big decisions why you need to spend $100,000 on a camera or why our switcher costs so much. Those kind of things that maybe we aren't the best at communicating that, but somebody like that can get those decisions made is really, really helpful.